Welcome to my Kahoot about plants and soils. First, as a teacher, you're going to see this screen after you've completed your Kahoot. In order to test your Kahoot for yourself to make sure everything looks right, you're going to hit the preview button. When you do that, it'll pull up a new tab and you'll see this when you're getting ready to play it with your students. And then you go ahead and hit the classic one-on-one game. You'll wait for that to load and it'll give you your game PIN number. Here at the top is our game PIN number, and students will see their own personal device with like it is on the right. They're going to go ahead and type in that number so they get connected with our personal game. They then select an appropriate nickname so then you can identify them. Their name will show up on the big screen. All students should be able to see the big screen. That should be on maybe like a pro board, something put up on the walls, and this smaller device is just for them. When you have all your students entered in the game, the educator will go ahead and hit the start button. It'll begin to count us down, telling the students to get ready, and then ask the first question. It'll go in and you can see your time running on the side. Students will look at all of the answers and determine what will be the best for them to choose. When they finally decide what answer is the best, they're going to go over to their personal screen and click the color that corresponds with the answer of their choice. When all students have responded, the view will go ahead and tell everyone how each student's lined up based on what they answered from the class, and then it'll tell the student personally how they did, how many points they got for each question, and what place they're in at the bottom. That makes for a fun competition. The teacher will hit the next button. You'll see your top 5 students here on the scoreboard, and you'll go ahead and continue. Here in this question, you can tell that there is a picture that comes up. That's a really nice thing about Kahoot is it allows you to go ahead and select the pictures in which to give students a better understanding. Again, they find their answer and they go ahead and select it there. It'll show you again. You can click and have them show you your image once more in case students had confusion about that question. Next here we're going to have a video that pops up. It gives it a little bit of time to really break in.
We're going to start at the most inclusive or the biggest group. Now we're going to whittle our way down to the smallest.
Now we're not going to watch this right now, but it does allow you to replay it and start it and let it move and go. It'll have the time start running after the video goes. Then you'll go over to the side. The students will choose what answer they think is the most correct. It'll let you show your video once more again in case students had any confusion. Here in this question, you can see that the time is different. That's a really cool thing about Kahoot. You can increase or decrease the amount of time you want students to take on a question. So maybe something's a little harder, maybe something's more simple. You can determine that and have students answer based on that length there. And finally, you can ask questions for student understanding. You can also ask to see how the students actually liked the assignment. You can have multiple answers for a question. Oops, I've got an answer on the students. And you can also have questions worth 0 points. Here you can tell that this was worth no points, and that's because this question didn't ask them for their knowledge, it just asked for an opinion. So it made sense to have the point value be none. And then as I mentioned a little bit earlier, you can have the students have multiple correct answers. So in this case, there's no points awarded to either, but if you wanted points awarded, you could have points awarded to both of these answers. When you're done, you'll go ahead and end the game. You'll see who came out on top, the number 1 person, see how many they got correct, how many they got incorrect, and then you'll click on the feedback and results. That'll then lead you into this page, and the students will have their own personal page. They can rank your Kahoot, tell you how much you liked it and how much they didn't like it. And that's a good opportunity for them to really tell you how they feel. You can go through and see which students said what, but that's the best way to do that. You'll go ahead and click the final results. It give you your top 10 students again, and you can play a new game from there. Thanks for watching.